When your house requires 600 employees to run, your family fortune exceeds the GDP of several countries, and every business decision you make can shake the largest democracy on the planet. The rules of commonwealth no longer apply. Such is the life of Asia's richest family, and one of the most influential in the world, the Ambanis, a clan that, in just 3 generations, has gone from a modest textile business to controlling nearly 10% of the Indian economy, combining excessive luxury, corporate power, and a precise sense of business strategy. In the heart of Mumbai, formerly Bombay, rises Antilia, his 27-story residence spanning over 37,000 square meters, considered the most expensive private home on the planet after Buckingham Palace. Its estimated value exceeds $2 billion. But it's not just about numbers. Antilia is an architectural manifestation of opulence. It boasts 3 helipads, a 168-car garage, several swimming pools, a multi-story spa, and even a snow room capable of recreating a Swiss winter amidst the tropical heat. Imported crystal chandeliers, Italian marble floors, and a staff of over 600 make every corner of this vertical tower speak of absolute power. And yet, Antilia is just one piece of the puzzle. The Ambani's global real estate portfolio reflects an appetite for luxury that knows no bounds. They own an 80 million beach villa on Dubai's Palm Jumeirah with a 70-meter private beach, a 98 million stake in New York's exclusive Mandarin Oriental, and the historic Stoke Park Golf Club in Buckinghamshire, UK, acquired for 73 million. All carefully chosen to project not just wealth, but global influence. But to understand the Ambanis, we must go back to the 1950 and follow the path of a young man from humble origins, Dhirubhai Ambani. Born in 1932 in the small town of Chorwad, Gujarat, the son of a schoolteacher, Dhirubhai had no inheritance or powerful connections. At 16, he left India to work as an administrator in Aden, Yemen, then a key port for international trade. There, he learned to read the market, negotiate currencies, and anticipate changes in the global economy. More than a job, it was an intensive school in how capitalism works. In 1955, he married Kokilaben, and 2 years later, his first son, Mukesh, was born. After a decade in Yemen, he returned to India in 1958 with 50,000 rupees saved, a modest sum for his ambitions. He settled in Mumbai and started a small business selling spices and synthetic fibers. From a rented apartment in Bhuleshwar, he began weaving the network of relationships that would catapult him to the top. In 1966, he founded Vimal, a groundbreaking textile brand. Dhirubhai understood that the Indian middle class aspired to high-quality products at affordable prices, and he delivered. But his masterstroke came in 1977, when Reliance Industries went public. Instead of focusing on large institutional investors, Dhirubhai focused on small shareholders. He held shareholder meetings in stadiums, where he spoke like a politician and charmed like a showman. He transformed the country's stock market culture and made thousands of families co-owners of his dream. In the year 1980, Reliance expanded into petrochemicals, securing control of the textile supply chain and opening up new sources of revenue. Navigating the license Raj, the complex system of licenses and permits that regulated the Indian economy, required cunning and connections. His critics accused him of manipulating the system. His admirers called him a visionary. In fact, he achieved what others didn't even attempt. In the year 1990, with India's economic liberalization, Reliance became synonymous with modernity and growth. Under Mukesh Ambani's leadership, one of the world's largest refineries was built in Jamnagar. Anil Ambani, the younger brother, educated at Wharton University, was in charge of finance and public relations. However, a stroke weakened Dhirubhai in 1986, and although he remained in charge, succession became a sensitive issue. Dhirubhai's death in 2002 sparked open conflict between Mukesh and Anil. For 4 years, the empire teetered on the brink of corporate civil war until his mother, Kokilaben, intervened. In 2006, the split was finalized. Mukesh would retain petrochemicals, oil, and textiles. Anil would receive telecommunications, energy, and entertainment. The results could not have been more different. While Reliance Industries under Mukesh continued to grow, Anil's group sank into debt and legal disputes. Mukesh, reserved but relentless, diversified Reliance into strategic sectors: telecommunications with Jio, retail, digital platforms, and, most recently, renewable energy. His personal fortune is estimated at $118 billion in 2025, making him the richest man in Asia and one of the 10 richest on the planet. The year 2023 marked a milestone in the family's history. Mukesh presented a carefully designed succession plan to avoid rivalries. Mukesh Ambani took over as leader of Reliance Jio, the telecommunications giant. Isha Ambani heads the retail division, one of the most expansive in Asia. And Anant Ambani heads the new energy arm, key to the transition to a more sustainable model. This distribution aims for the brothers to work in parallel, not in competition, learning from the lessons left by the bitter split between their father and uncle. Each faces very different challenges than their grandfathers. For Mukesh, the challenge is to keep Jio at the technological forefront in a fiercely competitive global market. Isha, educated at Yale and Stanford, must consolidate the retail network and adapt it to e-commerce. Anant, passionate about sustainability, has the monumental task of guiding Reliance toward clean energy, a shift that is not only strategic but also symbolic for a group whose heart has always been in oil. Meanwhile, the Ambani lifestyle continues to be a source of fascination and headlines. Weddings are events of mythical proportions. Isha Ambani's wedding to Anand Piramal featured a private performance by Beyoncé and a logistical slate that included chartered flights for guests, fully booked hotels, and decor that transformed Udaipur into a fantasy setting. Guests range from Bollywood stars to global political figures, and every detail is calculated to impress. Its fleet of cars includes Rolls-Royces, Bentleys, Lamborghinis, and classic models restored to museum quality. Its jewels include historic pieces and exclusive commissions for Nita Ambani, the matriarch known for her role in philanthropy and sports. She is the chairwoman of the Reliance Foundation and owner of the Mumbai Indians cricket team. Critics point out that the Ambani's power rests on a symbiotic relationship with the Indian state, which has allowed them to operate with regulatory advantages. Their defenders counter that their entrepreneurial vision has modernized entire sectors and created millions of jobs. The truth, as always, lies in a gray area where the ability to read the political climate and adapt makes the difference between those who fall and those who rise. The dynasty's future now depends on the third generation's ability to combine tradition and innovation without losing cohesion. If Mukesh, Isha, and Anant manage to maintain Reliance's global expansion, they could consolidate the Ambani name alongside families like the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. If they fail, history could repeat itself and the fortune could be diluted in a generation. From the young man who returned from Yemen with 50,000 rupees to the Antilia skyscraper that dominates the Mumbai skyline, the Ambani's narrative is one of a dizzying and calculated rise. 3 generations have transformed a small textile business into an empire that shapes the economy of a nation of more than 1 billion people. And as the sun reflects on the crystals of Antilia, casting a glimmering light over the city that saw the birth and growth of their fortune, the question remains, will the heirs be able to keep this empire alive? Or will the weight of history and the magnitude of their wealth end up breaking it from within? If this video left you speechless, imagine what's coming next. Like if you enjoyed the trip, comment on what impressed you most, subscribe so you don't miss any stories of luxury and power, and share it with someone who dreams big. We don't just tell stories here, we live them with you. Thanks for being here, and remember, the best in the world is yet to be discovered. See you in the next video.